Congratulations, Erica Slezak.
On March 17, Erica Slezak celebrated her 40th anniversary as Victoria Lord Davidson on One Life to Live.
Here's to you, Erica.
And Cord and Kate, we're going to take the first flight out of Buenos Aires.
You sure Cord's okay?
Well, he said he was physically. He's kind of torn up about losing Tina.
Well, she was always captain of her own ship. I mean, she set a course that was destined for a violent end. I mean, I saw that in the cards a long time ago.
Hey, so don't you have any sympathy at all for the girl?
Well, I'm not happy she was killed, but at least she didn't take Cord over the falls with her. He's coming home alive and in one piece.
Yes, but he's also lost the baby.
Yeah, that would have been my first great-grandchild. I'm grieved for that. We all are. But Cord is young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's going to have kids someday. I just hope he finds a wife who deserves him.
Well, you will wait a day or two before you tell him that, won't you?
I had no intention of telling that to Cord. I'm just expressing my honest opinions to you. A little late for it to be a little hypocritical, isn't it?
Well, I'm not having a lot of luck dealing with this myself, you know.
Oh, you're trying to find out when to tell Viki, right? Want my opinion?
Shoot.
When she comes back from New York?
I don't know when that's going to be. And I don't want her to hear it from some stranger, from somebody else.
You're not going to tell her that you know that Tom Dennison's down in New York with her.
No, I don't think that's the time. This is the time to bring that up, Pa. I mean, the news about Tina is going to be enough of a shock. I don't want to add to her pain.
I'm trying to reach Victoria Buchanan.
It's ringing now.
Hello?
Who is it?
Who's calling?
This is Clint Buchanan, Dennison. Put my wife on the phone.
She's not here right now.
Where the hell is she?
Look, if there's a message, just let me know and I'll tell her you called.
I have to talk to her, Tom. It's important.
I'll tell her you called.
What the hell are you doing in my wife's room, taking her messages anyway? Who gave you that right? Dennison can't think of a clever excuse? Now, what the hell are you doing in Vicky's hotel room?
Son, give me the phone. I'll get a straight answer then, Fuzzy. Come on.
Stay out of this, Pa. Let me handle it.
Clint, just leave a message and I'll make sure Vicky gets it, all right?
I got a message for you, Dennison. I'm not talking to anybody but my wife. And make no mistake about it, Vicky is still my wife.
She isn't here at the hotel.
Then where is she? Dennison, did you hear me? Tell me where I can reach my wife.
I'm sorry, Clint, but I can't do that.
Patience, Mr. Buchanan. Until we know the test results, there's absolutely no cause for alarm.
Look, Dr. Graham, I mean, do I have some sort of a brain tumor? Is that what it is?
Mrs. Buchanan, I'm not keeping anything from you. I simply can't give a diagnosis today.
But this waiting is unbearable.
You have been patient and considerate throughout the tests. Just hold on a little longer, Mrs. Buchanan.
I don't know if I can. I really don't.
Just a few more hours, that's all. And finally we'll know the cause of your blackout and possibly even your amnesia.
A few more hours? Dr. Graham, quite honestly, I don't know what I'm more frightened of now. Not knowing, or finally hearing the truth.
Old cat, put Vicky on the line and we'll
Fly down to New York and drag her home.
I heard your father's voice. Just tell him Vicky's in the hospital, will you?
The hospital? Why?
Well, therapy, of course. They wanted to run some more tests on her.
Fine. Tell me the name of the hospital. I'll reach you directly.
Clint, if you'll just give me a message, I'll see that she gets it.
All right, tell her there's some bad news. Vicky's sister, Tina, is dead.
Tina? The last we heard, she was in South America.
Yeah, that's right. Cord was there with her. And Jamie
Jamie Saunders. Now, somehow or other, Jamie took Tina hostage. They were in a boat on some river, and Jamie was shot, and the boat went over a waterfalls.
Clint, I'm sorry.
Just get the message to Viki, if it's not too much to ask.
I'll try to break the news to her as gently as possible.
Yeah, you do that.
Son, you should have let me handle it.
Yes, maybe I should have.
You know, as much as I dislike that man, he is not the only one to blame.
I know that. I know that. They didn't even take separate rooms. Tom and Viki, for all their propriety, are shacked up in the same damn room. If I could just speak to Viki herself, find out what doctor she's... Larry.
Larry Wallach? What about him?
Why didn't I think of it before? She must have spoken to Larry before she went to New York.
You're right. He might have referred the therapist who's working with her in New York.
Yes.
Suzanne, would you file this one for me, please?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Larry.
Oh,
I called, but I couldn't reach you.
well, if you're worried about Maria's condition, don't. Another couple of days, she'll be fine.
Frankly, it's Viki I'm worried about.
Ah. Come on in here. So have you heard anything from New York?
No, I was hoping you had.
Well, why should I?
You're her family physician.
Oh.
Larry, I assumed that you had referred her to the doctors in New York.
Well, I gave her names, yeah.
Well, what names? And more to the point, why did you send her to New York in the first place?
I thought Viki made that clear. Clint, she needed intensive therapy to help restore her memory.
Oh, please, come on. Now, I have memorized that line, too, almost as well as you have.
What makes you think it's some kind of lie?
Larry, will you please come off it? Can I get a straight answer out of you? Why New York? Aren't there plenty of fine doctors right here in Landview?
Well, certainly, of course there are. It's just that Viki needed extraordinary treatment, the kind that's best found in New York.
What kind of treatment?
Now, come on, Clint. I can't divulge that kind of information. It's confidential between patient and doctor.
I am asking a friend for some help. I'm not asking you to violate the Hippocratic Oath. I am simply trying to get at the truth.
All right, then you better talk to Viki.
I have tried to talk to Viki. The trouble is, I called the hotel room. Tom Dennison answered. Now, don't tell me you didn't know that she was going along with Tom to New York.
Well, I'm not surprised if that's what you mean. Look, Clint, she was very nervous about the therapy.
Oh.
And it's only logical that she want a friend to go along with her.
Oh, what about her husband? Don't you think he might like to go along with her, too? Isn't that a little logical? Especially when he got to break some bad news to her?
You mean about Tina? I hadn't thought of that.
All right. Would you break this code of silence and tell me what Viki is really doing in New York?
Clint, There is nothing to tell. She's gone to New York for therapy.
Yeah, right. And I thought you, of all people, would tell me the truth.
Wait a minute, Clint, despite what it seems, she has gone to get the best possible medical help. She has not run away to be alone with Tom Dennis.
Said, give me the name of the doctor. Give me his number. Let me call him and explain Tina's death so he can at least be ready for Viki's reaction.
I can't give you that kind of information.
No, of course you can't. Thanks, friend. You know, if you don't mind, I don't think I'll wait in here for Maria. I'll go out in the hall and wait. It's a little, close in here.
All right, that's better. That's what I want. Come on. It'll be all right, I promise.
Well, now we both know you can't promise me that. But you can give me your word on something.
What is it?
No one else must ever know about this. Larry, I beg of you, please. For my children's sake, this has to be our secret.
Viki, that's one promise I wish I could break.
Try not to think about it. Tom, until Dr. Graham gets back with those test results, that's the only thing I can think about. Oh.
Viki, before I left the hotel, Clint called.
What? He doesn't know the real reason I'm here in New York.
No, your secret is safe. He wasn't too crazy about hearing me answer your phone. I managed to evade his questions. But,
Thank God for that. And thank you. I really hate asking you to lie like this.
Well, I must say, I'm not crazy about keeping him in the dark, in as much as he had a good reason to want to talk to you.
Well, one good thing about finding out the test results is that I will be able to go back to Landview and tell Clint the truth, and there won't be any more lying, no more secrets.
Viki, don't be so hard on yourself until you got the results. And of course, you didn't want to cause your children or Clint any unnecessary upset.
That's the only part of it, really. The truth is, I'm absolutely terrified. It was my fear, it was my not knowing what was wrong with me that stopped me from telling you anything.
Well, any minute you're going to know the results, and then you're not going to have to worry anymore.
Oh, God, I hope, I pray. Well, you said that he had a good reason for wanting to talk to me, so what is that?
Well, I don't really think now is the time to talk about it.
Why? What is it, the children? Is something wrong with the children?
No. The children are fine.
What is it, then? Please tell me.
Viki, your sister is dead.
Why can't I cry? You know, in spite of the fact that most people were not at all shy about telling me all the awful things that Tina had done to me in the past 2 or 3 years, and to everyone else, I still think of her and feel about her as I did when she was a teenager, a child. I mean, I think of Tina, I think of her laughing and pouting and trying on clothes and falling in love.
I'm sure Tina would be very glad to know that those are the memories that remain.
My God, the last time I saw her was in the courthouse, just before the judge handed down his decision about the custody. She was so tender with me, and she told me that she loved me. I suppose she was secretly planning to leave for Argentina all the while, and that was her way of saying goodbye. I didn't realize that. I now know she was trying to let me know she was upset, that she needed me, and I was so preoccupied with myself, I didn't even understand that.
Oh, Viki, there's nothing you could have done.
Well, we don't know that, Tom. Maybe if I'd worked harder to get my memory back, I would have been there for her. Maybe I could have talked her out of going to South America. Maybe I could have saved her. I don't know. Now I'm starting to think that it was my own selfishness that contributed in part to her leaving. Just as my own selfishness has hurt so many other people, including my own children. Tom, I so badly want the chance to get well. I want to regain what I've lost. I don't care what I have to undergo.
Of course, I understand that. I know.
I'd quite like to be alone for a minute. Would you mind? Terribly?
No, I understand.
Thanks.
I'll be down the hall if you need me.
Thank you.
Viki?
Tina, hi. Come on in.
Oh, Jessica's getting so big.
Yes.
Oh, and she's so beautiful.
Thank you. I know she is. You know, I'm glad you came by, because I was going to call you just as soon as I finished feeding her. I've got some very big problems, Tina, and I desperately need your help. What I would like you to do is to testify in court as to the kind of mother I am, if it should ever come to that.
Well, you're a wonderful mother. I mean, I especially should know that, because when my mother died and you brought me in, I was a child myself. And I saw how wonderful you are with Kevin and Joey and Jessica. You're a wonderful mother. And I wrote out all your good qualities. And look at this, huh? I got 5 whole pages here, and I didn't even skip any lines. Listen, Viki. Once you get the good news and everything, maybe we could have a nice long chat, you know, because I could really use a little sisterly advice right now. See, I have this opportunity to start this whole brand new life, and I just don't know if I should do it or not.
You know, the people are coming in. I guess it won't be long now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it won't be long. Good luck, Viki. Goodbye.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, Tina. Oh, little Tina.
What's the rush?
Oh, I guess I'm just one of those people who hates hospitals. The sooner I'm out of here, the better I'll feel.
Well, come on. Court will be here any minute. I'm sure he's going to expect to drive you to your hotel.
Oh, there's no need for that. I've already called a cab, and besides, I think Court needs a little time for himself. Well, I think that's everything.
Maria, are you afraid to answer his questions? There's nothing to be afraid of. Just tell him what you told me. Tell him what you were really doing in Buenos Aires.
But he's so quick-tempered and so impetuous. I don't think he'll be as understanding as you are, Bucky.
Maria, give him some credit. All he wants is the truth. Tell him the truth and he'll handle it.
But what if he can't? He just lost his wife and his child. I don't think he wants to listen to my explanations, and maybe he's looking to blame someone.
He's not about to blame his own mother.
Well, maybe not intentionally. No, I think the best thing I can do is just keep my distance until he's had a chance to deal with his grief.
Maria, it's because of his pain that these questions are burning a hole in him. Now, the sooner you face him and answer his questions, the sooner you're going to ease his mind.